Sure, the Su-35 is not a stealth fighter, but she is really tough. Analysts of the Middle East military balance have said that Russian fighter jet sales are leading to the Kremlin's increased influence and power in the region. Earlier this year, Russia delivered 5 Su-35 airplanes to Egypt, and the Egyptians expect to receive 19 more. Turkey plans to buy the Su-35 if talks are successful. The same with Algeria. The Algerians will already be receiving 14 Sukhoi 34 bomber jets in 2021. They are reportedly interested in the advanced Su-57 fighter, and if rebuffed by the Russians for that airplane, they could instead order the Su-35. One dangerous plane. The Sukhoi Su-35 Super Flanker has been a Russian workhorse since 2014. It has diverse uses and capabilities. It can destroy targets in the air, on sea, and on the ground. It has a 190-mile range and 59,000 feet ceiling. The U.S. Navy is worried about its Onyx anti-ship cruise missiles that the Su-35 can fire. The Su-35 can carry up to 8 tons of numerous grades of missiles and laser-guided and satellite-guided bombs. Although still considered a fourth-generation fighter without stealth capabilities, the Su-35 has ample dexterity and agility with better avionics than the Su-27. The radar has been improved and the plasma ignition engines have more thrust compared to the Su-27. The max speed of the Su-35 is 1,550 miles per hour. Here's why Russia's Su-35 is the biggest threat to the U.S. Air Force. Russia's Su-35, the best non-stealth fighter jet to ever fly. As history shows us, many times in war you do not always get to choose from the most optimal of solutions. Russia's Su-35 is a pretty good plane and would fight well. Russia's Su-35 fighter certainly has Western defense outlets buzzing in for good reason. While many were indeed designed and planned for ahead of the imposition of sanctions, Russia is clearly making a big effort to modernize its armed forces, especially its air force, and moving past older Soviet platforms. The Su-35 is a good example of such efforts. The most potent flanker derivative is the Su-35, which is a much improved version with vastly improved avionics, engines and airframe. In the years ahead, this latest flankery is likely to proliferate around the world. The Su-35 airframe is a deep modernization of a late Cold War-era jet, but it's still no stealth fighter. Su-35, the origin story. The Su-35 designation has been used before. In the early 1990s, Sukhoi developed a prototype airframe, the Su-35, also known as the Su-27M, as a serious, comprehensive upgrade of the Cold War-era Su-27 airframe. The Soviets designed the Su-27 as an air superiority platform, intended to take on the United States F-15 Eagle and F-14 Tomcat, and as an air defense interceptor to engage American B-1B Lancer and B-52 strategic bombers. The Su-27M/Su-35 featured many upgrades, particularly its radar and weapons control system, extending engagement ranges. The airframe also featured canard wings near the nose, aiding maneuverability without requiring extensive airframe redesign. That modified Su-27 airframe did not enter production, but the Su-35 designation was resurrected more than a decade later, however. This airframe outwardly resembles the earlier Su-27, lacking the canards of the Su-27M, but features thrust vectoring engines for good maneuverability. Su-35, the China connection. China has proven to be the Su-35's biggest and first importer, signing a purchase contract in 2015 with the Russian government for 24 Su-35 airframes. A key concern over the sale from the Russian side had been Chinese reverse engineering. China had previously copied the Su-27 and Su-33 to create their own domestically made versions of the airplanes. In addition, the Chinese were reportedly very much interested in the Su-35's engines, as domestic Chinese engines have been less capable than those made by Russia or the United States. 4+ generation. There is an argument to be made that the Su-35 is the most advanced 4+ generation fighter in existence today. And it is indeed highly capable, super maneuverable with a high range and weapon loadout, capable of engaging other aircraft at extreme distances. Perhaps its only shortcoming is its stealth capabilities. As a non-stealthy fighter, the su-35 could be at a disadvantage against a stealthy aircraft. Still, studies by RAND Corporation and other defense analysts indicate that the su-35 could more than hold its own in a fight against F-35 fighters, aided in large part by the aircraft's powerful engines, which help to extend the aircraft's engagement ranges dramatically. Bottom line. Although the su-35 isn't a stealthy aircraft, it is perhaps one of the most capable 4+ generation non-stealthy airframes in existence. Thanks to highly capable and thrust-vectoring engines, the su-35 combines high agility with an extended supercruise capability that could partly make up for lack of stealth.